So today's date is January 28th, 2025, and I was just thinking to myself in the kitchen, I'm like, you know what? I'm like trying to compare the start of the absolute beginning of the year, 1st of January 2025 to where I'm at right now, So I'm just keeping track of how I'm doing mentally, how I'm doing, on an energy level, I realized I'm like, my energy's kind of been fluctuating a little bit. Like I've had a lot of good days, a lot of successful days, but I haven't been feeling that achievement that I felt at the beginning. So I'm like, you know what? This entire drive, I'm gonna do nothing but give myself positive affirmations. That's what I'm gonna do this entire drive. So, and I'm gonna post this video on my my channel and everything. And I have actually another video I have to make and compile because I want to show you guys what I've been doing with my business and my business and the business I'm running as well, because now I'm a business partner with an actual business in my town, which is super cool. So I want to make kind of a long format video that shows the evolution of that, because there's some videos I didn't post on YouTube, so I'd like to show those. But anyway, so all that aside, I just want to start off by saying that this is going to be the most successful year that I've lived so far. 2025 will be the most successful year I've ever lived as of this point. And I feel that the success I get this year will send me on an upward trajectory so that, let's see, how do I, this is interesting. I'm trying to think of how I want to start, how I want to do this. The success that I get this year will send me on a trajectory that will carry me for the rest of my life. That's ultimately what's going to happen. Because I'm making it all happen this year. Like, this is the year I make all my dreams come to life. I put everything in motion, and I actually just live, I feel like I've spent most of my life just kind of going with it, as opposed to taking the reins and actually, realizing that I'm actually in charge of my own life. So anyway, aside from that, I'm going to change my life this year. I'm going to become the most successful I've ever been in my entire life. I'm going to make my first $100,000 this year. I am going to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube this year across several different accounts. I am going to hit 1 million TikTok followers on my page by March. And I am going to start making consistent and very, very good income on social media. So right now, let's see, hang on. I'm trying to see if this is a cop or not, because I'm recording. Okay, it is definitely not a cop. Okay, sweet. So my goal this year is to make $25,000 a month. How I do that doesn't really matter, as long as obviously, it's morally, how do I say that? Basically honest money, as long as it's good money that, was just earned on a good moral standpoint, that's all I care about. So as long as I make $25,000 a month, honest money, I'll be happy. And that's my goal for this year, is to make $25,000 a month. So that way I'm averaging about $100,000 every 4 months. So roughly around $300,000 a year. That's basically what I'm shooting for this year. And I know I can do it. I know I can absolutely do it, because I've already gotten people's attention, and I'm going to continue to get people's attention with my content and all my brands, and I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change my life in a way that I have never even considered. I'm going to change my life in a way that it is going to stand out so much on social media that I am going to basically become a superstar. I'm telling you right now, and I know I can do it. I know I have the ability to, because that's just how I'm wired. I'm meant to talk to people. I'm meant to interact. I'm a people person. I just am, It's one of my best skills, and I feel like I'm wired in such an unorthodox manner that this is what I'm meant to do, and it is what I'm meant to do. So I am going to make $25,000 a month this year. I don't know when it's going to start, but I would assume it would start at some point around the spring or summer. So I'm gonna make $25,000 a month. I am going to get in the best physical shape I have ever been in my entire life. I'm gonna get absolutely jacked this year. And in addition to that, I'm gonna be training in several different fighting forms, or I'm gonna learn several different combat sports. So I wanna learn jiu-jitsu, I wanna learn kickboxing, I wanna learn fencing, I wanna learn wrestling. I want to learn all these things this year, which I'm already starting to learn. I've already started learning kickboxing. I'm starting fencing tomorrow, which like that's already in motion, which is great. Dreams are literally already in motion. I'm saying this, and half of it's already happening. So it's just so the best physical form I've ever been in, and in addition to that, I am going to have the best mindset I've ever had in my entire life. Now, I already feel like I have the best mindset in my entire life, and it's only to get better. But in addition to that, I want to become more educated. This year, I'm going to learn more than I've ever learned. I'm going to study more than I've ever studied. I'm going to be the smartest that I've ever been. And I'm going to read at least 100 books this year. My goal is 100 books. Now I don't want to just read novels and stuff. I want to learn actual technical books, like programming, and maybe learn a different language this year. I'd love to learn Mandarin Chinese. I'd love to learn that this year as well. Is that called Mandarin? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have to look it up. I think it is. Or simplified Chinese, at least. I'd like to just learn a different language. I was thinking about Russian, but at the same time, now I'm having a huge follower base on RedNote, so I want to kind of, keep that trajectory. So I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to read at least 100 books. I'm going to make $25,000 a month. I'm going to be the best physical shape I've ever been in my entire life. And I'm going to have the best relationship status I've ever been in. I'm already engaged. But in addition to that, I want to be doing so well financially that I get to free my fiance from ever having to work ever again. I want her to either work with me or work for me, one of the two. Obviously probably for me. And in addition to that, I want to be able to free some of my friends from having to work their jobs, which I've already talked to one in particular about. A girl who works one of my old job, actually, old retail job. And she's still there. And I've told her, I'm like, you are the first person I'm going to hire when I make it. And I'm getting very close. In 28 days, I've already become a semi-social media star. I've amassed 189,000 followers on TikTok. I have gained over 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I have become a business partner with an actual brick and mortar business in my town. I have started to learn what is it? I learned the fundamentals of kickboxing. I've already learned that. And I have learned the fundamentals of just standard business management. I've taught all that myself. And building a brand. I've kind of cemented my my education on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I've refined my mindset. I've really refined my mindset. I was gonna take that hospital job, which ironically I'm driving to the hospital right now. And I just got texted today that said oh, we're no longer considering you for the position. I'm like, all right, whatever, But I just, I'm not gonna. This year, I am not going to do things I don't want to do. I just will not do it. I'm not going to take a job I don't want to do. I'm okay where I'm at right now. I might lose it soon. I might lose it. I could lose my job any second. They can see me on my phone and be like, hey, you're fired. I'm kind of waiting for that moment. I feel like it inevitably either that's going to happen or I'm going to give my 2 weeks notice, one of the two. Because as of right now, the way I see it is that I'm not really making a whole lot of consistent money from being a business partner, and that's going to take some time. Maybe not as much time as I think. Depending on my advertising campaign, it might come quicker, but still, it's going to take a minute. Which leaves my social media with Techmaster as being, hopefully a dependable source of income, which depends on me. I have to I have to start making more content. I've only made 3 complete full vlogs since the 1st of January. So, you know, it's been about 4 weeks now, and I've only made 3 vlogs. So that definitely needs to, I need to definitely just finish my camera rig, finish that once and for all, and get recording again. I guess I gotta build that suit. That suit needs to hit the ground running in February. Which is, you know, which is good. Like, I've actually had a very strong start to January. I'm very happy with where I'm at, but I have a lot more to go. And I feel that when I finish this, I feel that when I finish this camera rig, it'll open up an entirely new format of content. So I'm really excited for that, because what the camera rig is going to enable me to do is basically record very, very cinematic shots of me building the suit. So that way, that can be used for, you know, those like 10 to 15 second clips, you know, that I used to post back in 2020, you know, like, for example, my first viral hit was my helmet opening and closing, stuff like that, you know, like, I want to record cinematic shots, and my rig is going to enable me to get 360-degree view shots, either of the suit chamber itself and the suit hanging, or of the whole shed, either or. And it's all going to enable me to do camera shots where the camera is floating perfectly vertical up and down. So it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited to see how all this kind of comes together. I'm like, I'm gonna say I'm 3/5 done with it, because I got the ring mounted. On the ceiling. I got the main motor mechanism for the turntable running. The heat situation, the motor warmer I got done. I put like a heat lamp there because the motor was too cold to run, so I had to figure out some kind of heating system to literally warm the motor up. I got that done. I cut the pole to size, so the pole for the vertical lift is ready to go. I cut the metal for the pole to be bracketed onto, so all I really have to do is mount the pole onto the turntable, and then I have to, I have to mount the pole on the turntable, and then I have to install the vertical motor rig, and that's it. I'm done. After that, I'm pretty much done. So things are going pretty good with that. Let's see what else. I mean, I guess this is kind of my month check-in. I originally was going to do like a long format video, but I think it's just going to be this one. I think I'll do this as my like 28-day checkup. So in 28 days, starting from January 1st, 2025 to January 28th, 2025, which is today, I amassed 189,000 followers on TikTok. I became a business partner with a brick and mortar business in town who I started originally doing social media advertising for and establishing my own SMMA business, which I'm still doing. So 189,000 followers, official business partner. I have the key to the whole shop now, which is awesome. I got that yesterday. Key to the shop. I have the best mindset I've ever had. I mean, it's all about success right now. Like, I feel like I'm gonna do, well, actually, it's not about feeling. I know I'm gonna do amazing this year. I'm gonna be so hyper successful this year, and it's gonna enable me to do so much. I can already feel it. I set reservations to go to Atlantic City, New Jersey, this Friday. So I'm going on a trip down there with my coach, who is also the owner of the business I'm doing advertising for and business partner of. So I'm going down with him to Atlantic City because he's being inducted in the Hall of Fame. So that's super cool. I might meet celebrities this weekend. I got my first viral hit on RedNote as well, which is a Chinese app I've never ever downloaded before. It's a brand new app for me. So I've learned an entirely new app and gained about, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 followers on that. With my best video, I think it's 79,000 views. You know, so I've done a lot so far, and I feel like I've done more. I'm trying to remember. I've gained over 1,000 subscribers, at least over 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Because originally I was at like I think, 2.2 thousand? And now I'm at like 4.1, I think. 4,030 subscribers. So I've actually gained probably around 2,000 subscribers. So that's 2,000 subscribers on YouTube I've gained. Let's see. What else? I feel like there's more. I've started to learn kickboxing more, learn the fundamentals of kickboxing. And I have made reservations to start fencing this Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So I start fencing tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. I've always wanted to learn combat with a sword. I've always wanted to learn that. It's, you know, my neighbor did it, I wanted to do it, and now I'm doing it. So, and then, yeah, I mean, I've hit this year running so incredibly hard, and it's only gonna get better. This is only the beginning. Like, I had massive success my first day this year, and it's just only gonna get better. So, yeah, very successful year. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing 28-day check-ins basically, and do that. The one thing I'm really trying to figure out is how I want to do because I want to try to vlog the trip down to Atlantic City. So, you know, yeah, it's tricky. I don't know how I want to do that. I seriously don't know. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to do that, because, you know, it could be used for vlogs, but at the same time, it doesn't really have anything to do with, you know, becoming Iron Man. It's kind of like, it does, but it doesn't, you know, because it's like, it's an important trip, and it's like once in a lifetime. At the same time, you know, it has nothing to do with my kind of progression, I guess. I don't know. Because the Becoming Iron Man series, the whole purpose for that is to show that I'm training, I'm learning, I'm building, you know, I'm putting my dream in motion, right? To become the real life Iron Man. So, you know, having random stuff like that, like, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky. Because there's also things I've thought about, like, you know, the Open Sauce trip. Like, is that its own, like, series, you know? Which, technically speaking, it actually kind of has to be, because I want to show people what that trip was like last year. So I'm gonna have to make that into its own series. So yeah, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just make a whole new series. Anyway, other than that, I'll figure that out. Yeah, I mean, my image is great. I've felt confident. I've felt powerful, and I'm gonna continue to do great things. Once I have the ball rolling in all these different areas, you know, the brick and mortar business that I'm partnering with right now, my own company that I'm trying to build, and my social media, which basically goes along with my company. Once all those balls are rolling and everything is gaining momentum and everything is starting to do well, the money will start to pour in. Not like roll in. It's going to pour in. And it's going to happen so fast and so furious. It's going to be unlike anything I've ever experienced. I really, truly feel that. Once I start to, again, post more and, you know, maybe come out with a merch line and just start all that, which I really have to work on that. I have to start planning for when I blow up again and again and again. And once it's catching, it's technically caught already. I'm doing very well. But once, like, I hit the 200,000 follower mark on TikTok, you know, it's gonna be very vital that I put systems in place that way. And this is what I was trying to do in 2020, which I was a little late to the game for. You know, I didn't have that system in place, so I launched my merch like really late, and I only got like, I don't know, 8 or 9 people that bought a hoodie. So, but if you have one though, like, that's really cool. Like, that's, you know, that's like a relic. So, anyway though, so I want to make sure that when I blow up, I can be like, hey, so this is my store. You can buy my merchandise. You can do all that. And that's kind of what I'm aiming for, you know? So anyway, So yeah, so I have a very good feeling about everything. I know that, like I said, things are just going to continue going in a upward direction. I just have no doubt about that. So it's just a matter of keeping the content consistent and at the same time making sure that it's actually worth people's watch time, you know, worth people's while. So I definitely want vlog number 4. Vlog number 4 has to be building the suit. I promised people. So before vlog 4, I have to finish the camera rig. And that's basically it. I literally, everything is waiting in that freaking camera rig. So once I get that rig done, I'll post that into its own video, its own little one-time thing. And then they'll actually start working the suit. So, because right now, like, you know, there's stuff everywhere and everything because I'm still building it, you know? So I don't know what I'm gonna need. So I can't like clean up and start building the suit and pick away at it. It's something I just want to get done now. So, another huge achievement I did is I designed a computer system so that way I can actually work in my shed on my computer, but my computer is actually stored in my house. So I literally routed like 137 feet of cable from my house through the window, through PVC pipe, going directly into the wall of my shed where the cords come out of the wall and go to my monitors, so I can literally control my monitors from within my shed. So, yeah, I mean, I've just hammered it this January. I also, on a side note, went to visit my, let's see, was that in December or January? I actually can't remember. Oh no, it had to have been January. Had to have been. Yeah, it had to have been January because I cut my hair. Let's see, right? Is that right? It freaking had to have been. Yeah, it definitely was, yeah. God, shit, you know what? I can't remember. Anyway, I also visited my dream car again. I visited my dream car. It's there, it's safe and sound, no one's gonna buy it. Literally just waiting for me. So again, I feel like what's gonna happen, this is my prediction. This is my grand prediction, my master prediction for 2025. One of them at least. My prediction is that the things I do this winter are going to set me up for an enormous amount of success in the spring. So the things I do in January, February, and March are going to set the stage for what happens April, May, and June, which is going to carry into July, August, and September. So everything I'm doing right now, and of course I've technically lost like another month of not building the suit, which it is what it is. So I have even less time now. So I have basically February, March, April, May, June, and that's it. I only have 5 months to build this freaking suit. 5 months. So February is going to be extremely important because what's going to happen in February is I'm going to be just hammering out this suit, right? I'm going to be just going absolutely hammering the suit in the hopes that it'll give me so much success, I'll actually be able to leave my retail job in February, sometime in February, hopefully by mid to late February, which means I have to have the camera rig done by like this week. It needs to be done. So I'm gonna work on it tomorrow morning. I'm gonna work on it, tomorrow night as well, because I have tomorrow off, but I have to go to the gym and do some stuff. So, that camera rig has to be done this January because I have to hit the ground running very strong in February. So anyway, gotta go, and I'll see you guys in the next one.